What's up, folks? This is Sir Arthur Dane, the Sword of the Morning, with another Marvel Heroes Omega video. I am going to redo my Iron Man tryout again. I said some bad words in my first video. I've heard YouTube is going family friendly, so I don't want to do that again. If it's not, I actually have a very, let's say, evolved sense of humor, and I sure would like to unleash it. But yeah, I've heard from a good source YouTube is going to be family friendly, not stand for any of that sort of thing. Anyway, so we're going to redo this video. After we're done, we'll look at the powers and traits. This is, I don't know, kind of a loadout. I changed a few things around. This is basically my all content loadout. And I figured I'd pause during the trial, give some tips since I seem to be good at them. First, every character is different. Some characters, a lot of characters actually, defense leads to offense. If you're not so scared of dying, you can fire off a lot more of your power. Iron Man specifically, you can take some hits, you can't take them all, but you can take them. A few updates ago it was much more viable to be defensive minded with Iron Man, but anyway, with just about anybody in the trials, you want to be able to take some hits. Even Storm, who I used to complete DPS loadouts on, or not complete, I do have health regen. Hellbot hit, but a lot of DPSs use those anyway. Modern MMOs. Anyway, run around in a circle. Keep your Jericho or Satellite Strike going. I use Jericho because it crits every time. Which means it can brutal. Yeah, when it doesn't, crits every time except for when it brutals, which is awesome. Take advantage of those powers on your peoples, for the most part. Hey, you're trying to hurt me. I usually lock on to people in the trials. You want them to go away. And you want them to stop damaging you. The big guys at least. Be dead. So we're going to focus in on them. Get rid of all those guys and then we get the man. But lock on is oh. No, he's dead. Excuse me. I could probably go toe-to-toe with him a little bit more. I don't want to die, because I had phone calls. I have died a few times trying to eke out a little bit too much DPS. Not like I needed to, like the time was winding down. Just, you know, laziness. I don't want to have to move. I don't know, I don't want to crit now. And yes, I only carry one stun on this build. A lot of times in the trials, you want to use as many stuns as possible to interrupt those big charge-ups by the Hulkbusters and the bosses, Mandarin and Red Skull. Well, you stay alive. I'm not going to hit you a few times. Also taking the damage off that, the Arc Reactor Overload, because I wanted to get the Execute and Instant on Unibeam. So I'm not doing it as much. Anyway, I beat this the first time I tried it with my... I put the wrong I tried to put the shocker power on to get the stun, you know, and it does pretty good damage. It's just I like the crits on. Crits on Satellite Strike or Jericho, whatever. More. They can get you. Or me in this load up. What's this damage rating? I think I'm at 38% damage reduction rating. I think I'm at 38%. Hey, yeah, you. Not you. You. Hey, you. Just, whoa! Finding one's the lowest health. My Red Skull could still probably, with only 38% damage reduction, not have a bunch of extra health. Red Skull can still probably kill me on his own. Hey, yeah, you. Oh well, that's one thing you do when you lock onto somebody. Got a line power. Make sure you line it up so you're hitting all of them. There's a bunch of them at least. That doesn't do damage anymore. And I haven't tested it on the dummy, I'm just trying it for fun. Oh! Yeah, he hits pretty hard. You want to tank the trials, the Omega trials, you need more than 38% damage reduction. Which most characters have. I mean, I only use one movement power for him. Yeah. Does get a healthy amount of damage reduction. It's 10% movement speed and attack speed every time you dash. So. Don't think he has another one. Freeze! Oh yes, with the weak freeze power. You're dead. Anyway. Show you the gear real quick so I don't get accused of making one of those fake videos. It's all cosmic. It's pretty good, but it's all cosmic. No Omega gear. Didn't find anything that was great that was Omega. Defensive mods everywhere, and my synergies are pretty defensive and healthy as well. Anyway. Let's go ahead and get out of here. We'll run through the powers and talents. My infinity... Hey! Samesies! My infinity points, he's gonna think I'm following him now. I want to be just like you. No. Let's find a nice, quiet corner of the Avengers Tower. He did pay for the place. Let's go land. Go away. Anyway. Damage rating. Yay. We can afford the suit power cost because with Iron Man you build on suit power. You get 6% of your suit power as base damage. I have an artifact that gives me almost 500 suit power. So from that artifact I get plus 30% damage. It's like getting plus 7 of one of your 2 offensive primary stats. It's awesome. Anyway, then you have power to shoot people a bunch and recast your Satellite Strike / Jericho bombardment. Any hoodle. And we use this one, the health gained per second. You know, you want to be able to stand in the middle of the ads and take some hits and get your health back. We can afford the suit power hit. The health, the heal on a arc reactor overload. It's pretty cool. Heals your buddies. Okay, some people for the trials would use this. And then you could add one of those powers that buffs, or that works with Cool Blast in there as well, if you wanted. But I like the criticals every time. I have a lot of critical damage, and I have even more brutal damage. You don't get to brutal unless you're critical. So, Repulsor Blast turns into Missile Salvo, which is what I use. Micro Missiles also doubles in damage with this effect, or talent, so I highly recommend that one. I usually use this, but Unibeam is fun, executing is fun. Energy power, hey, your signature's energy. It's 10% bonus damage there. My Satellite Strike is energy. So, who's complaining? There's one in here that, I mean, those are always fun and good, but Missile Salvo and Micro Missiles, yeah, it's best to not use the pure energy build. So says the internet. The actual powers. Okay. Micro Missiles, we get the projectiles doubled, which doubles the damage. And that's one of your layers with him. You have 3 layers that you can do all at once. You can hold down the button and fire your Micro Missiles, which is your spender, your main damage, your main power, whatever, primary attack. You add this in. It's going to come off a cooldown every 5 seconds. And you've got 2 charges here. So every time it comes, activate them both at the beginning. And every 5 seconds, press the button again. That's why I keep it on my front-facing square button. That's my spender. Hold down the button there. Do, what are we doing? Hey, less damage. Got 2,700 damage a second, almost 28. I mean, 28,000, 27,000. Woohoo! Anyway, where did it go? Yeah. Jericho Bombardment, Satellite Strike after the talent. That's your other layer. Has no cooldown. Doesn't take that much power. It lasts for 6 seconds, and this power lasts for 5, so every time you cast the missile, you can wait a little bit and recast your Jericho Bombardment Satellite Strike. If the target moves, then just put it right back on them. It doesn't do that much of a hit to your power to cast it. So cast it willy-nilly, keep it on them. Always launch these. These, you don't even have to lock on to somebody. These will find the target. Locking on is good, because you can run around in a circle and dodge and all that stuff, and then just, you know, when you stop, tap, for me, triangle, and you'll recast that right on somebody. Okay. Your movement power, of course. This to freeze people. I do use it in the regular game because I mean, just about everything does the same amount of damage as your spender, a little less usually, so it's not really a reason to stop shooting them and do that. It's the same damage. I used to do with a quick, is that the quick one? Yeah, I used to do that a couple updates ago because it gave, like, all melee powers gives you 8% defense modifier increase, and or 8% damage reduction increase. Yeah, damage reduction, 8% increase, and that with my 38 would, you know, give me enough to tank most things in the game. This was 3 or 4 updates ago. That's not the case anymore, and it never was the case if you were playing with another person on Cosmic, which, you know, is where the fun is. So it was just a fun solo loadout thing to do. And you have that extra space. Instead of Unibeam, most people, the most popular loadout on the forums is using this. And that's what I usually use. Just, you know, you get bored. And Unibeam is awesome and fun, so it's even good without the talent. But most people, instead of using Unibeam, use that talent I showed you and this. I do not like it because it doesn't do that. Oh, look at that damage. Now it does damage. But, yeah, knocks him away from you. I want him close to me so I can hit him with, you know, this. And I was using the damage thing on this, so it would do 40. Oh, it does do damage, just doesn't do the extra. But it usually does 40,000, so it's, you know, I'd start my rotation off with that. Anyway. But nothing really pays. I mean, there's a talent you can use here to put burning on it, and then you'll get the bonus here. And let's see what the damage is on that. Where is it? Ah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, okay, so it adds 20% damage to this. But 5.2 times, it's almost 6, so it's between 27 and 30,000 damage at the max. Plus, you're getting that 20%, which let's do 30,000 to make the math easy. That'd be 6,000. What? Yeah, 6,000. So 36,000. But you've got to stop every 4 seconds and interrupt your shooting to shoot this off. Oh god, 4,000 times. Well, then there's 16,000. Okay, so that's 38,000. Yeah, so it does increase, but you have to stop every 4 seconds and shoot it. And it's, you know, what else do you have to do to acquire that? Ha! Yeah. Okay. The opportunity cost, to go all educated on you folks for a second, is you miss out on criticaling every time. Now, if you're having 45 to 50% critical hit chance like most DPSs do in these type of games, and like the internet says to, you're still criticaling every time. It's still a 65 to 50% increase, and I'm not sure you even critical half the time with 50% critical chance. So I think you're silly if you don't use that. And I may be silly for using that, but hey, come out with harder content, and I can't pass on the first try while talking to people or making videos, and then, you know, yeah. Then I'll grind out some more research and streamline my approach. Anyway, this has been me babbling a lot on Iron Man's Omega Trial, the family-friendly version. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. This has been Sir Arthur Dane, the Sword of the Morning, wishing you good fortune in the wars to come.
I'm Iron Man, but you already knew that.
They changed stuff. I messed it up. That's a great way to end. Not everything's perfect. See you later, guys.